Welcome to the Move and Flow studio. We are here talking today about the FlowFIT workshop coming up tomorrow, which is our 3-hour power on 8/8. So this is the year of 2026. In case you watch this later, we'll probably repeat this series. It's at our Move and Flow studio, and we are so excited to be here. I am Dr. Pam Denton, the founder of FlowFIT, with my co-founder cousin, Hillary Wells. We're so excited to
Hello.
be here.
Also, if you think about it, 8, it's actually a triple eight because 2 plus 6 is 8 as well. So it's a really powerful gateway tomorrow. And just on a side note, I decided that at 11:11 on 8/8, I'm going to do a special 1 minute meditation. So
Oh, that
it
sounds
just seems
great.
like it's a huge gateway right there. So anybody that wants to do that, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna do it for myself, but I invite everybody to do that. Maybe we can all pray for world peace at the same time at
Yes.
8/8 at 11:11. Of course, we're all in different time zones, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Still creates that collective energy. And that is really what our workshop and our studio is all about. We are an online studio and we offer a very incredible form of fitness, neurological fitness, where we work with the nervous system to release stress and create positive energy in the form of flow. So tomorrow is really about the flow of our communication. And we're also in the corporate space and we do a lot of work around communication, and stress blocks our ability to communicate clearly. And I was thinking today in class about miscommunication and how disruptive that can be to our families, to our lives, to our businesses. When a miscommunication happens, it really throws things off course. So, tomorrow we're going to dive into lower self communication versus higher self communication and what that means. I always feel that our higher self, our true self, our truth speaks in the positive. It doesn't speak in the negative. So, when we're judging, criticizing, doubting, fear based language, when we're using all of that control language, that's our lower self. Those are old stress programs. And our stress cycle is here to protect and defend us. So when it gets angry, mean, disgruntled, degrading, it's not a positive form of communication, and it actually can undermine you, your life, and your organization. So then we'll go into higher self communication, which is really channeling a higher vibration, a frequency, a transference of information to people in a positive way, which I don't think we get enough of in this world. Hillary, what do you think? Like, I mean, it has just been so disruptive. People are critical, immediately judging and jumping on people out there, and it feels rough.
Yeah, that's why I don't get out there as much as I used to. I prefer it, I prefer to choose who I interact with, so that's what I do. But and then there are people like there's a man in my next door group in my neighborhood who every day posts something beautiful like I hope you have a beautiful day and that you know how great you are, and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yes, so that's still out there, and that's that higher self voice, what some people might call God or goddess or heaven or universe or whatever you want to call it. It's that higher knowing, that we are something more, and I think that I have so many thoughts on this topic. But on that higher self note versus lower self, lower, I think of it as lower vibrational energy and high vibrational energy. And lower vibrational is you did this to me, you're wrong, you're bad. And then sometimes we turn that into ourself, right? Our own critic, our own judge. You're wrong, you're bad, you're not good enough. All of that is very low vibrational. And the highest vibration really are the emotions of the heart. And we did an unblock your heart and release your emotional clutter workshop last month. So now we're moving it up into the throat. And so those emotions of gratitude, forgiveness, compassion, generosity, love, understanding, those things come from the heart. And so the heart center being very close to the throat, when we really can clear that out and then we mobilize our throat and clear out all the old stuff, words we said that we wish we hadn't said, words we weren't allowed to say that we wanted to say, all kinds of communications that went awry, being misunderstood. When we clear that out, we can really just have a clear channel between the heart and the throat to express our heartfelt truth. And that's what I think of it as, like, speak. I've said it, I think it was one of my stepdaughters when she was a teenager. I was talking about speaking your truth. And she's like, yeah, but that can hurt people. I'm like, well, what do how is that going to hurt people? And she's like, well, people say, well, your hair is ugly. And I'm like, but that's not your truth. That's a lower vibrational voice. That's a judgment, right? That's not your truth. Your truth is something high vibrational. Now, other people's reactions to it, you can't control. Like, something that's true for me may provoke a reaction in somebody that I wasn't intending. But if I'm speaking from my heartfelt truth, then I'm going to feel strong, and my core will be strong with what I said. So I think that's something that's more important now than ever, with how easy it is to communicate, right? So many avenues of communication between social media and everything else, so that we need to get in contact with our truth and speak that. Like, if everybody were really looking inside and listening and waiting for that voice of the higher self to speak instead of just bleh, we would be in a really different place. So I feel strongly that this workshop is going to be very important on an individual and a collective level. And honestly, I was thinking we should do this workshop every month. But we needed to clear. We cleared the root, we cleared the heart, now we clear the throat. I'm feeling like we need to just keep cycling through that, because there's always more to clear. Stuff gets lodged in there that needs to be cleared. So,
Well, especially because our lower self, the root, when we cleared the root, we were working on lack mentality, abundance issue, generational patterns, health. So there are so many things that we say to ourselves about our body, our finances, and those root issues that are negative, that come from our lower self. So it's like the connection between clearing our communication and clearing the root. And people say really mean, harmful things. And although it's like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
not
It's not
true.
true. They carry an energy, and they
That's why emotional
transmit.
abuse is huge. Like, it's emotional abuse is abuse because words carry energy.
Yeah, and they can,
Sorry,
it's almost like being slapped across the face when somebody hurts you with words. It's truly a hit, especially for empaths. So I think the different reasons why you would want to come into our studio and take this workshop, you're working on expressing your true self in business, communicating with a team within business, communicating to yourself positive things, maybe healing some childhood wounds in which words were inflicted upon you and you had to silence yourself. So any kind of silencing, playing small, feeling negative, communicating negative, or having that feeling of being communicated to negatively, those are the things we're going to clear energetically in this workshop. And we use a triad that our students have said this. This is what they've said. This is better than therapy. Nothing against therapy. Therapy is awesome, but sometimes you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and you don't really move through the issue that you're trying to communicate. So what we do is we breathe and we move and we imagine, and that triad rewires the nervous system. So we're going to use sound and use movement and breath to release the energy of communication issues. And it actually feels so good. My communication has improved 100% since bringing this technique forwards. I notice that I pause before I respond. I'm not as reactive. I'm not as angry. I tend to fire from anger in a protective way, speed boxer, and I feel just calmer. I hesitate naturally before I respond, and I really think through what it is that I truly want to say. So I think this is a powerful way to clear your communication pathways. It's going to be great.
Yes. And for me, the word, just the minute we started talking about this, the word misunderstood just kept coming in for me. Misunderstood is a huge, I think, theme for me in my life. Feeling misunderstood, my words being misinterpreted. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. Like we don't necessarily mean to say something in a certain way. Somebody takes it in a certain way, and then all of a sudden all kinds of problems ensue. And so when we can get clearer in our communication, then we reduce that chance of being misunderstood. And if we are, then maybe we have a little better resource for clearing it up with someone. And that word clear, also clearing the throat, clearing the old, like I sometimes picture just old words lodged in there. Like, oh, either words that we didn't get to say that we really needed to say, or words that we said that didn't come out the right way that hurt somebody. And so we can clear all of that from the past so that we can be more present, more aware, and more efficient in our communication. And it takes less energy. We were talking today after class about how much energy it takes to communicate. And I think it takes more energy when we're having to work through all the old stuff in order to communicate versus just clearing it out and having that clear channel from the heart to the throat.
And using this in business is so huge. We work with executive teams, middle management teams on communication all the time. And it really comes down to trusting. There have been corporations that we've been inside of that working with the teams, and they've lost trust. And so people just don't speak up. And what happens is problems keep going. And it's the same in our relationships in life. When we're not able to speak our truth, things just spiral downwards and get worse. When we are able to communicate our truth from a heart-centered place, a real authentic place, then things can get better in our life. And it really is a study and a practice and an application. So no matter where you are on the spectrum, needing this for your individual life, for your past healing, for your now healing, your relationships, or maybe you're in a business situation where you really need to clear communication pathways, this workshop is going to be amazing for you and for us. We're excited to lead it. So it's 12 o'clock, 8/8/2026, 12 o'clock Eastern Time to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will drop the link in the comments. Have a great
And it's
day.
all online. Our whole studio is online, so you can just do it all from the comfort of your own home. Shut your door so that you don't scare your pets and your family, because we will be making some sounds. But yeah, it's so convenient because all you need is a stable chair and the ability to be on Zoom. So
Awesome. All right, everyone. Have a great day, and we will see you again soon.